Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with a match preview. Obviously, the last match preview we did ended up getting 13,000 views, which, was obviously to the Champions League final. Like I said before, to all the group stage games, I'll probably do previews. And, a lot of you like the previews. So if that is the case, I might do them separate from predictions as well, to be honest with you. Seeing how that goes. Like I said, a lot of you tend to enjoy them usually. So, let me know. But, we'll go through some comments. Hanno saying, come on, Liverpool. Shush about you know what. Now, obviously, if you want to see what I've said for Champions League predictions, I've still put it out there. But it's on the community post. And I did say Chelsea would lose. However, I did say a big scoring game. I said a 3-2. But I knew Chelsea would lose. Orisic, Zagreb, what they've done to teams before, like Tottenham and all of that sort of thing. I knew they would, I knew they'd beat Chelsea, especially with how Chelsea had been. I've done a bit of research on looking at these games, of course, like I usually do, especially with these teams. I've done a lot more because I don't watch a lot of the leagues. And, I didn't even look at where they were in the league. I just thought to myself, if they've got Orisic still, they're going to win this game. And they did. And obviously, he got the goal. So, yeah. And shout out Carl. Before I even went live, he sent a super chat. So big up yourself, mate. I'm not too sure if I've seen you regularly on the channel, mate, but I appreciate that super sticker. I said super chat, but it is actually a super sticker. And like I said, and like I always say, any money I get from you lot goes into the channel or even YouTube in general from how many views I get, watch hours, etc. So, and then, obviously, before we get into the Liverpool game as well, I've got quite a lot of games spot on today as well. I've got the Salzburg-Milan score right, 1-1, PSG Juventus 2-1, and the Benfica versus whoever they played. No disrespect to them. I just can't remember how you pronounce it. Haaland must have a sore back. The guys carrying City. Yeah, I see they won 4-0, which I said they'd only win 1-0. I do actually rate Sevilla, but it just shows City are just different. But are they different to go and win the Champions League this year? I have to wait and see. Exactly. Please do. Evening, mate. Hope you're well. I'm good, thanks, Chris, mate. Hope you're well. Big up, Blake. He says, you're all right, Tyler. I'm all right, thanks, mate. What about yourself? Wagwan. What a mad time for Liverpool, but we'll be back. Yeah, 100%. Can we end our Naples curse? I was going to put something like that in the title. I just done it how I done it. Also, what do you think of the thumbnail as well? First ever sort of design like that with myself and two of the players. What do you think of that and everything I put to it? Let me know. Chelsea are very shaky, plus away. There is tough. Yeah, exactly. Only scores I've got right with Real Madrid. And in the early games, I got a point from both of them. Because I do it with a couple of my mates. So, yeah. Let's get into why we're actually here. I'm not too sure how long this preview will be. But obviously a preview to Napoli versus Liverpool in the Champions League. First game for both of these sides in the Champions League this year. Liverpool tend to get Napoli a lot in group stages. And, like Chris said earlier, can we end this poor curse? Liverpool have never won in Napoli. People make out like the record is shocking. Obviously, away it is because, like I just said, we never won. But overall, it's equal. We've won against them twice. They've beat us twice, and we've drawn twice. We haven't played each other, a huge amount of times. But recently, in recent years, like I say, we seem to get each other a lot in the group stage games. So, tomorrow's going to be it's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. Especially with how Liverpool have been, which obviously we know how they've been. So I won't really get it too much into that. What I will do though on this preview, we'll look at how Napoli have been. We'll have a look at them. So they're currently second in their league. The results they're unbeaten as well. Results have been in their league. They beat Napoli, not Napoli, sorry, that is Napoli. Beat Lazio 2-1 in their last game. Drew with Lecce, if I said their name right. 0-0 with Fiorentina, 4-0 against Monza. and then their first game of the season was a 5-2 away. Looking at their team, they seem to have lost like Dries Mertens, Insigne, but I'm looking at it and I still think they've got a very solid team that can still cause Liverpool problems. Interesting, they've got Ndombele from Tottenham. Didn't actually realise he went there. I thought he went somewhere else. They've got a decent team. Di Lorenzo, I think, obviously in the thumbnail. Lozano, but I think he might be out, or he's definitely a doubt. Simeone, I don't actually know how you say his name. Zelensky, he's a decent player. So, you look at it and they still got a decent team. Mario Rui, I think he's a decent defender. They have still got a decent team. They've got a hostile crowd as well, of course. So it's going to be a difficult game. Liverpool's still got, quite a bit of injuries as well. So, it's going to be an interesting one. Carvalho actually did get an injury in the Everton game, and it looks like he won't be available. I believe Klopp had his press conference tonight. I haven't actually managed to see it. But yeah, it's not looking great. But what we'll do actually is right. Apologies about that, people. Went over to my mobile data because my internet loves to do this. But yeah, this is what I usually look at. Liverpool Echo. Let me just see if I'm back for you lot, because it doesn't actually seem like I am, which is a bit annoying. Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can, otherwise it's not looking good. I will be honest with you lot. Let me have a look on there, because my other phone's being absolutely useless. You're back. All right, cool. Just my other phone's being shite. So yeah, connect to the internet. I'm on the internet. But anyway, what we'll do is, it's all good on my laptop and that's all I care about at the moment, is we will look at what Klopp has said in his press conference today. So yeah, let's have a look. Share the screen if it wants to work. So the title is usually the standout things that he says. So it says, every word Jurgen Klopp said on Napoli preview, Thiago, Carvalho and Henderson injuries. So mainly about the injuries. So, let's see what he said here. Not these bits. I'm not really going to go into that. Klopp on facing a new look Napoli. He said they're a young team, but they're all good. I'm not 100% sure, but I think not too long ago there was a nervous situation around Napoli when players left, and now it's settled again. One player who always stayed was Zelensky. I think it says his name right. I was bigging him up anyway. I'm just going to go on my other phone so I can see your comments at the same time, because that one's just being absolutely useless. So, and that links into what I said. They've lost, big players like Dries Mertens and Insigne, but, they've settled again. And like I said, they've still got a good team. They've still got a good team that can definitely hurt Liverpool, especially with how they've been at the moment. This is what he said on Carvalho. Carvalho, he is walking around again. He might be ready for the weekend, but we're not absolutely sure, so he will not be available for tomorrow. On the Curtis Jones injury, he says when Curtis was out previously, he had a stress reaction in a bone around the tibia. Was absolutely fine, no problem anymore. Trained twice and felt it again. Not as bad as first time, but bad enough not to be in team training again. We have to be careful. Okay, that's fair enough. Klopp on the previous two defeats at Napoli, he said, "We have never won here, but we quite frequently qualified for the UCL final after Napoli was with us in groups, maybe twice. Once at Dortmund, I'm a late boomer. I need longer to achieve. We have to play better than 3 previous games." Yep, of course. Klopp on Arthur fitness. Here we go. So this could determine whether he starts, depending on what Klopp said. He needs football and training. He was not in team training for a while. Can he play minutes? Yes. Should he play a full game? No. So going by that, for me, he should start and then come off in like the 60th minute. That's what I'm saying. Early person that I'm going with to start this game. Klopp on Thiago and Henderson. Thiago is back in training. Obviously Chris said about that the other day. Second day today. He's ready. For how long, we'll see. Hendo, the results of the scans show after the international break he'll be back. The international break, that's like a while, isn't it? That's like the end of the month. Or nearer their sort of time, isn't it? Like 23rd, I don't know. Allison said a bit as well, but I won't really go into that. You know, it's just they're just asking more of a player sort of thing there. So no Henderson, no Carvalho. Arthur, yes, but he won't. Well, from what I'm hearing from Klopp, it doesn't sound like he'll start him. Me personally, I would, obviously I'll get into my lineup, but I would start him up until like the 60th minute. Then, if he's not fully ready in that aspect, which I'm a little bit surprised about because it is a Champions League game and he would have played in there with Juventus, surely. Don't get me wrong, I didn't follow Juventus like that when he was there. I'm not one of these people, oh yeah, I watched him play when he was at Juventus. No, I don't watch that league. Any time I watch him is Champions League, and even then it's rare. So yeah, and also the fact, you know, obviously previewing the game a bit, saying we need to be better, of course. You know, stating the obvious there, really. Obviously, we haven't won there. But yeah, we'll go through some comments before we get on to the next bit of this. Oh, my days. I got my tissues on standby for tomorrow's game tomorrow to wipe my tears low if we lose. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Was hoping that Spurs with oil PSG would bottle their 2-0 lead, but didn't. I said 2-1 PSG. You know, that game was overhyped, in my opinion. You know, to be honest, I watched most of the Celtic game, to be honest, until Real Madrid made it through. We got to start Melo, but Klopp will play Milner. No, I totally agree. He probably will. Hostile crowd, yeah, obviously links into what I said earlier. Napoli know how Grime. Yeah, exactly. I know how to do it. They know how to do it. We have to be clinical when we have the ball in good areas. Yep, no, absolutely. Chris also said Napoli weaker than previous times they faced us, but their main threats are Lasagna, Zielinski. Yep, absolutely. I think Rangers go. Oh, didn't mean to click on that one. I think Rangers go through with us in our group. Yeah, that's a very interesting shout. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do against Ajax. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because I don't think Ajax have lost there this season. Obviously, I know their league ain't too competitive, but still, it's going to be interesting. And this is, I don't know. I think it could be peak personally for Rangers due to it being away. How players getting injured too much? I don't know, mate. It is a joke. Napoli started Serie A well, to be fair, despite their not team their ones were. Yeah, exactly. They're unbeaten. Like I said, when we saw it, they're unbeaten and they're second. So, no, absolutely. Is that confirmed? Big up yourself, Kenny. Is that confirmed? I see Jake Paul's fighting, I can't even remember that guy's name, Anderson Silva or something. You seen what Speed did? Nope. The only thing I've seen he's done that's mad was when he flipping put all them fireworks or whatever the flipping out was in his room. I don't know what he was doing there. So yeah, there we go with that one. But yeah, there's that. There is that. What we'll get onto now. We'll just get onto the lineup. We'll get onto the lineup. So this is the lineup I would go with. So obviously I, said I would start Arthur. So I'm just going to put his position in already. Hopefully it does come up. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Oh my god, that guy's a madman. But anyway, so obviously the 4-3-3, Alisson in goal, best keeper in the world when it comes to shot stopping, not one-on-one shot stopping, in my opinion. Right back, you got to go Trent, despite his poor form. And who else are you really going to put there? Calvin Ramsey's still not available. I wouldn't put him in a game like this. Not the first game anyway. But like I say, he's not available. Gomez, no, I wouldn't put him there for me. Other left back, I wouldn't mind Shimikas. But I'm going to go Robertson for this game. The two centre backs, I'm gonna say this is where Matip starts. So I'm gonna go Matip and Virgil as the two centre backs. In the midfield, like I said, Arthur already. I know he's more of a defensive, but you've got Fabinho there as well. And then I'm gonna go. You've got to go. For me, you've got to go Elliott. Personally, how he's been. He's been the best player this season, in my opinion, for Liverpool. I think he's earned that place. To be honest with you, a lot of people might go, yeah, but it's Champions League. I don't know. I think he'll do all right. To be fair, I think he'll do all right. And then the front three, you've got to go Diaz on the left. Definitely got to go with Diaz on the left. Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. Chris, see if it's the same to mine. Right wing, despite him, not being able to score yet, and there's a little lot of stuff that's come out saying, Pep Linders is trying to play him in a different way and that sort of thing, which, yeah, a lot of people ain't took well. And to be fair, I'm not really looking at it too great, because from what I'm hearing, it's more you're trying to make Salah help the other players, where Salah is the best attacker out of the lot, so you should be working around what's best for him. And I know a lot of people on that sort of thing as well. And then up front, you have got options. You've got Jota, you've got Firmino, you've got Núñez. I'm going to go Núñez. Obviously done very well in the Champions League last year, and obviously that caught Liverpool's eye. And I think he'll do all right in this game. I don't know why, I've got a feeling he'll do all right. So I'm going to go with Núñez. So that's the lineup I'd go with tomorrow. So obviously I'll go for it again. Actually, we'll compare it to Chris's and see if his is the same. Alisson, Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Shimikas. Like I said, I wouldn't mind to see him there at all. Fabinho, Arthur. I was going to say, if you missed the midfield out, but you put the four. You went for the four. Interesting. So I'm guessing Firmino's the sort of one in behind them three. I'm guessing that would probably make the most sense. So yeah, no, fair enough. I think Robertson, Elliott, Diaz start versus Wolves. I'll be very interested if Diaz is dropped for me. I feel we can't really drop him, even though he's not really scored a lot of goals except Bournemouth. I think he's just been causing threats every single game, to be quite honest with you. So I would go with him. So yeah, that's the lineup I'd go for. So slightly different to Chris's. Chris's seems like it's more attacking in a sense. So yeah, you could say mine's more defensive in the aspect of the midfield. But even then, if you have Harvey Elliott pushing with the attackers, and then have Fabinho and Arthur sort of sitting in sort of thing, if you get what I mean. So yeah, Chris says, I fear Salah could be like Aubameyang and Ozil, gets new fat paycheck, wages, and starts sitting in armchair attitude. For me, I'm like other people, I'm hearing what Pep Linders has said. I just don't think it benefits Salah. Like, let's be real, despite what he's doing right now, he's our best attacker out of the options, and we're not playing, the way that works around him. We're playing in a way that will benefit others. And is it really benefiting anyone at the moment? Because we're not really scoring goals. Yeah, Bournemouth, but other than that, are we really scoring goals? No. So, it's one of them really. It's difficult because a lot of strikers are, or attackers, not even just strikers. A lot of players are going through this patch right now. Even, obviously I know it's a Liverpool, talking that, but even like Luton players like Adebayo, he's going through it. Who else is going through it? There's a few others. Son at Tottenham. That's exactly who I was thinking. Like, I don't know, but Liverpool's obviously, I pay more attention to Liverpool than Tottenham. So, and I've seen what Pep Linders has said, and like I said, it's not benefiting Salah. It's benefiting other players. But like I said, is it? Because we're not scoring goals. So, except Bournemouth. But other than that, it's that. Reasoning for my lineup is not really enough midfielders, and Elliott be more needed versus Wolves to break him down. Yeah, fair enough. That's understandable. I just thought that midfield, you've got to definitely play for me, Fabinho, sorry. Elliott, I just feel he's been the best player, so I've just kept him in. And Arthur, you already know what I say about playing Milner nowadays. You play him on if you're trying to keep a lead, not at the start of the game, especially away in Naples where we've never won. Definitely not. But I wouldn't be surprised if Klopp went with him, especially with what he's come out and said about Arthur. But yeah, that's that really. But yeah, how am I feeling going into the game? Not too confident. Obviously, I said that last time against our game against Everton, and obviously that turned out to be a draw. The fact we've never won there. The form we're on's not too great. They're unbeaten in the league. They're doing all right considering, like Chris mentioned earlier, the players they've lost. They're still a good team, but obviously they've lost quite a lot of players at the same time as well. And they're still doing, as well as they are. I don't think Liverpool lose. But I do think it will be a draw. And I've gone with the exact same score that I went with against Everton. And that's a 1-1 prediction. And I would take a draw. I'm like Chris on this. I feel a lot of Liverpool fans would take the draw, especially with how Liverpool have been at the moment. The record they have at Naples as well. You got to be happy with the draw. So yeah, I reckon it'll be a 1-1 draw. Goal scorers, I'll go Zelensky. I don't know if I ever pronounced his name right, but I'll go him for them. Liverpool, I'll go with our top scorer in the Champions League, and that is obviously Salah. So yeah, I reckon this is where, I'll keep saying this with Luton striker as well. I keep going, I reckon this is where it ends, like it's goal drought. But I don't know, I just think because it's Champions League, it'll get goal 1-1. And yeah, like Chris says there, I'll take the draw. So would I, mate. And, like I said, a lot of Liverpool fans, I'm sure, would, especially with the record there. So, yeah, that is the preview. Obviously, it weren't too long. Big up everyone that's tuned in and all of that. Much appreciated, like always. Obviously, I'll be back again tomorrow for a watch-along to the game. And, big up... the start, Carl sending a super chat or super sticker, sorry. Big up yourself for that. That was before I even went live. So big up yourself, mate. That is much appreciated. Let's read this comment from Chris. 3-1 Liverpool. Interesting. I feel our attack be too much for their defence. Napoli not been tested yet. Away to Atletico last season, we had a curse there and we broke it. True. Very true. Curse come to an end at some point. Yeah, they do. No, that's fair enough. And I understand what you mean, especially if we go over attack like how you think. Then yeah, I could see that. Yeah, to be fair, I could also see Klopp doing a Milner and Fabinho, and then them four that you put. Well, actually, maybe I would say Diaz instead of Jota. But I could see him definitely going with a four. Ravi says we'll finish second in the group. Interesting. I'll be honest. I still think Liverpool finish top of it, but it won't be. I don't think it won't be like last year where, we won every single game or whatever it was. It definitely won't be like that. I don't think. It might even be by like an extra win, a couple of points. For me, it won't be too much. Jota does need a run out. I feel he's more of a, at this current moment in time, definitely more of a super sub. But I think Jota plays versus Wolves. Yeah, I could see that. But like I said, that is the end of the match preview. If you did enjoy, please do smash a like on the stream. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. Big up everyone that tuned in. And let me know if you enjoyed the match preview, even if you're watching on playback. And if that is the case, then I will do more of these in the future. Like I said, a lot of you seem to enjoy them anyway. A bit of a different question, but let me know if you like the thumbnail as well. I'll be back again tomorrow with a watch along to the game, of course. Please tune into that if you can, and if you would like, of course. And share the channel as well. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a upload or a scheduled stream. And if you want to follow me across any of my socials, links to them are in the description. And also subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Turn on the notification bell for that as well. That'd be much appreciated. And there you go. I'll go through these quick comments. Will Jota come on? Yeah, I definitely think it'll come on if he don't start 100%, especially with him being back now. Once we get players, I agree. Like I say, as much as I'm not confident at the moment, I still, like I said on the previous streams, I still believe in the Premier League. Liverpool gets second, and I still do think we have a very good chance in the Champions League if we don't come across Real Madrid, because one, they're our bogey team, and after seeing how they were tonight, because Celtics are, they can make it a very hostile place, and that atmosphere was very good. I remember it was crazy. And Celtic were in that game for a while. At times, especially early on, you thought they were going to potentially nick it, but Real Madrid just showing their quality, like 4-0 away. Like that's just mad. And Celtic played well despite that 4-0, and it just shows how good they are. Like how they break them down, how they break teams down is just mad. But I think if someone somehow knocks them out, that's not us, or they're the other sort of side to us. I think we have a very good chance. I know obviously Klopp said last season after the final, get your tickets booked for Istanbul. Obviously that's he said that before we got to finals before and not won, and obviously the one after we have. But for me, it all depends if don't come across Real Madrid. Because honestly, I still don't think City will win it, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We will see. Great stream as always, mate. Big up yourself. Big stream, bro. Big up yourself. You patterned up sick. Is that about the thumbnail, or is that something else? But yeah, like I said, all the links to my socials, my other channel, all of that are in the description. Please subscribe and smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. And until tomorrow, for a watch along to the game, big up everyone. Stay safe. Take care. Big up yourself, Carl, for the super chat as well. Big up everyone that tuned in, like always. And I will see you in a bit. Take care and peace.